S is
for
science. The purpose of this experiment is to find the effects of different physical conditions and stimuli on the average heart rate of the subjects.
Hypothesis 1. People who exercise regularly will have a smaller change in heart rate after riding a bike than people who do not exercise regularly.
Now, for the purposes of this experiment, we define people who exercise regularly as people like Isabel here, who exercise more than 6 hours a week, and people who don't exercise more than 6 hours a week, like Dan here. And as you can see the difference between the two people riding the bicycles. So is there going to be a different percentage change of heart rate between these two people? Heart rate data was recorded by participants in the experiment and then analyzed thoroughly by licensed scienticians.
Results of Hypothesis 1. Average heart rate change fell within a range of 1 beat per minute, or about 30%. Therefore, the results were not significant.
This is the second test. For the second test, we hypothesized that chronic coffee drinkers will have a smaller change in heart rate after drinking coffee than people who do not. And here we have Dan and Isabel checking their heart rate before the experiment. And now Isabel drinks the coffee. And Dan drinks the coffee, eventually. He's really enjoying that coffee. Now it's time for a heart rate check. Here we see Dan and Isabel checking their pulses after 30 minutes of not drinking coffee. And here they are again doing the same thing. Will the average heart rate rise be any different?
Results of Hypothesis 2. Average heart rate difference between coffee drinkers and non-coffee drinkers was about 1 beat per minute.
Conclusions. Average differences in heart rate between the demographics analyzed were similar in magnitude. The most appreciable difference came from the coffee scenario, where a heart rate difference of 1 beat per minute was observed between demographics. Possible sources of error included data collection methods, parameters of demographics, the appropriateness of sample size, and the number of trials. The end.